right in front of your house.
Debbie Holden, thank you for 6 new boxes for the museum. Oh, thank you so much.
Message erased. Next message. Hey, Glendora, it's Mary Lawrence. I'm laughing at the tooth and nail. That was great. Anyway, I got your package in the mail. Thank you so much. That was really nice to see. And as far as the Manchester Public Access TV, I can probably take care of that next week on Wednesday. I'm going to be away this weekend, Friday through Sunday, going to a conference on herbs in Massachusetts. So I won't have a chance to do anything with it until next week. But yeah, it sounds like a good plan. I'll take a look at the video when I get back, and then I guess we'll go from there. So I'll contact you next week. All right, have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Mary Lawrence, Executive Chef.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7.
Let's see if I can
Send a
erase
reply
this.
message, press 8. Message erased. End of new messages. First saved voice message. 5.
Hi, Glendora. This is Barb. I'm just calling to see how you're doing. Okay, love you.
Bless her
Bye-bye.
heart. Bless her heart. How she can remember after all she's been through.
To erase this message erased. Next message.
Hello, Glendora. It's Billy Adrian. Again, I'm sorry that we're back and forth with the messages here somewhat, but if we keep trying, I'm sure that we will get together on the situations that you are having and solving them too.
Albany.
I will take the initiative
Albany
on the
Public
Access
Access
Channel
TV.
in the county. Now, are they out? That is to say, they were previously on, or they just have not been there? Or in any event, when we speak, I'll also be able to get some more details from you, and I'm glad that we're in communication at any rate, at least back and forth. So that's it for now, and not to worry. I will try again, and we'll be working on it. God bless you, and thank you, Glendora, for the information, which is useful as always, and the jokes, too, which are good in these times. Thank you, and that's it for now. Hope to speak with you soon, Glendora. Bye now.
He's a dear person to me, folks.
End of message. To erase this message erased. Next message. Hi, Glendora. It's Maxine. It's 11:30 a.m. on Wednesday, and I'm sorry I didn't get your call on Saturday because I didn't hear my phone, and I was sick over the weekend, actually until this morning. So thank goodness I'm feeling much better, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. And if you call me, try to call me on my house phone, 518 number, because otherwise I don't hear it. But I am going out today, so anyway, maybe we can talk tomorrow. Bye. End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To send a reply message, press 8. Message erased. Next message.
Hi, Glendora. It's Petra calling. It is little after 1 on Thursday. I have all of the items that you wanted me to get for you.
She did the grocery
shopping. Let me know when you'll be there so that I can drop them off.
10 o'clock this morning.
Bye-bye.
And then she just called and said she'd be 15 minutes late.
To erase this message, press 7. To send a message erased. End of messages. To listen to your messages.
Hi there, folks. Have you heard of the Sunoco rule for public speaking? If you don't strike oil in 10 minutes, stop drilling. And a good speech, in order to be immortal, does not have to be eternal. Immortal, invisible, God only wise, in light and accessible, hid from our eyes. Most glorious, most wondrous, teach us to pray. Victorious, immortal, thy great name we praise. And the man who was speaking at the club says, your program manager and myself have the same outlook on speech. He believes in, I believe in free speech, and he believes in free speech.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your personal greeting. If you are satisfied with your greeting, press pound. If you would like to re-record your greeting, press star. To replay your greeting, press 1.
And the speaker was a forthright speaker. You know what that means? Every fourth word was right.
If you are satisfied with your greeting, press pound. If you would like to re-record your greeting, press star.
Okay, I think we got them all down.
Press 1. Press pound. If you would like to re-record.
Hi there, everybody. How are you today? I saw a man in January. He had on no jacket, and his sleeves were rolled up. And I said, why do you do that? And he says, I believe in the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. And behind every successful man is what? A flabbergasted mother-in-law. And the Pope got the bird flu. He got it from his cardinals. Elm Street, hometown, USA. Village-wide yard sale.
I was disappointed that
June
Sue
10th.
Grafton stopped.
I've already bought 2 bracelets and a mashed potato.
I thought things would start over or something, you know?
That would be nice.
June 10th.
Somebody said she was going to start a new series.
All day up until 3 o'clock.
I don't know that for sure.
Oh, I was supposed to get you Scotch tape.
Oh, that's all right. No rush.
Okay, so far I made it from number 45 to number 35. And this is Donna Ortiz. It is not as active as it has been in the past years. It is really kind of slow. What are you fellas selling? That's Tracy Clegg and Josh Clegg. And it's about 9 a.m. And my dear friend Gregory could not make it.
Mom, do you want this?
I love that shirt. Why'd you take it?
I love it too.
Yeah, I do it that one.
Hello.
What's the price on the paint? 3, 5 4 Then I paid 3 or 4 Oh.
There's quite a lot of people for so early.
Yeah.
This is the Moses Vale house. Moses Vale was a partner of Jonathan Hogue. They started new stores up at the end of the street here on Route 20. And they started it around 1785, 84. The end of the Revolutionary War. Jennifer bought the house. And this is a lovely, lovely greenery. What is it? Hi.
Hey.
Oh, hold still, would you? Oh, just hold still for me. Oh, you're so adorable. I can't stand it. You're so cute.
Come here, Alice.
Oh, you're so cunning. I just can't stand it. What's your name, honey?
Alice.
Alice?
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful name.
It's my daughter's dog.
Oh, I love her. Oh, I just love her. Thank you, Alice. Welcome to Elm Street.
Have a nice day.
When they sold this property, Mr. Huey owned it, and when Mr. Huey sold it to Jennifer, he never should have sold that piece over there where the fence is, because that driveway and that garage belongs to this property, and we're on the Historic Preservation Committee, and we did not preserve the history. Stephen Cooper and his wife Nancy bought the property, and they put up that ugly fence. I am sorry that we did not preserve the history. This is a historical property. It never should have been tampered with. Hi, folks.
Good morning.
Did you see anything good?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Dora, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good to see you.
I want you to have a magazine.
You want me to have a magazine?
Yeah, I should have got it to you long ago.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I wanted you to have it long ago.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that.
That's yours to keep.
Thank you.
No, bring me up to date on you.
Well, I'm still working.
Well, we're up as far as Cogswell's. And then the next house, is that the one where the rhododendron is? And then next comes Cunard. And next comes my friend Maxine. And then comes a house that's repossessed, or what do you call it? There really aren't as many exhibitors this year as usual. It's really kind of slow. This is where the rhododendron was spectacular. I'm sorry, we're a week late. It is spectacular. Pink rhododendron. We got the ones near our house. Two years ago, I talked to the woman who owned this house. She was standing right there. What a lovely house, and it's huge. It goes way, 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 way back. And that's McCaffrey, and that's where Prince's dog lived and would come to my house every morning. Oh, not every morning, but very often, and I would feed her. Ken Nuremberg, and they moved to Pittsfield. And the house is owned by Mr. Caffrey, and they tore down the garage in the back. That was one of the worst events of the year. I don't know the people who live in this house. And I think that house is owned by the Reformed Church of Schodack Landing.
Hi, how are you?
Is this a house that's for sale for $49,000? I think so. Gabriel, tell me your joke.
Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Why is 6 afraid of 7? Tell me why.
Because 7, 8, 9.
Okay. All right. Do you know any, Frank?
I don't. I used to know a lot of them, but I got out of the jokes. Now I hear them from them and I laugh.
Well, that's good. The Pope got the bird flu.
What's that?
The Pope got the bird flu.
Yeah.
He got it from his cardinals. Here's one. Why do fish live in salt water?
I don't know why.
Pepper makes them sneeze. This is the Methodist parsonage, and next to that is Melody and Randy Howard. Look at that tree.
I didn't see two in the front. I just said
Isn't that pretty?
I'm sorry, I keep getting in your way. Yes, it is pretty. Diana, her daughter, very hard.
She says that, what's her name, Becca, wants to be thinking of being going into botany.
Oh, wow.
So she's doing a lot with plants.
I know she's always talked about a friend of hers.
Oh, yeah.
Doing.
yeah, there's. You have a shade area?
I do, but I'm not. See, it's a shady, wet area. That's the problem. I have to be real careful.
I'll tell you something. In that case, this would do very well in that. That's called, it's already bloomed, Jack in the Pulpit. Gets this little
Mater and her plants. I'm going down the other side of the street. Now I'm about 1/3 down. 2/3, and then we'll be back to number 45, Happy House 3. Mosserine's had the most of anybody. It was unbelievable. There must have been over 1,000 articles. Hi there.
Good morning.
Blue and no goo. Blue and no goo. She sold the washer.
How's your job going?
Okay. Yes, at our house because they're investigating them. They had 35 kids to one person that day. And they had a street sign for some reason stored next to the playground and it fell down and it just like it got. They almost got him. It's gonna have a permanent scar. Where's your eye, boo boo bud? Where's that? Show Miss Donna what you got. Let's see. It's not too bad.
The whole thing is $15. I think he's taking it.
We got it. We're gonna take it home with us.
All right, let me just.
That's all right. I can do it. Then I'm gonna let them sort through it.
Okay.
You want me to do that?
Yep, you can do
You think I can? 2 bags? I don't need one. We can probably do it in one. Well, we'll see. Well, how about we start?
Gold legs. Where's that gold body?
I don't know. Let's start putting them in here, okay? Stop.
Wait.
Just start putting them in here. The ones that aren't special. Okay? You can probably do a lot more stuff now.
Whoa. helmet.
Thank you. I have your special ones underneath me over here.
Why do you want to make characters from SpongeBob? So Patrick is
so happy. Who's that?
Patrick.
You have Patrick? Oh.
Ooh, a race flag.
I don't know. Buddy.
No, that
This is a lot. This is a lot of Legos.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
I just want that.
Yeah. I don't really know what.
Oh, Patrick's.
Oh, you got his head. Now we need to find his body.
Because they're like the more rare of the.
They use their blood for like research because their blood is blue and it does something to the HIV. So they use it for research for the HIV stuff because the blood has something in it that.
Well,
One other house I didn't go to, I bought it right in and they packed up and I got a thing, a fire truck for my nephew. Okay, well we'll be here.
okay, you see that piece there? Sandy sold that to two elderly women, and they were loading it into the car. Then another woman came back and said, you sold it. And so the two elderly women took the piece out of the car and gave it to the poor woman who came back for it. Now she also sold something. It was big. This is China. She's looking at China. And she's never really seen what's in that tub. Now why did that girl go away?
She said she had bought something else somewhere else. So she's going to get it.
Well, isn't she going to take this piece?
She is, but it's a little thing. She's just going to get it and bring it here. She brought her back in here.
You're going to sell it 3 times? Now, what did you sell before that?
A cat bed.
A what?
A wicker cat bed.
A wicker cat bed.
And a radio.
And a radio. And then you spent all your money and bought a what? A dog tree?
Dog crate. Yeah.
So the table and the 4 chairs are gone. And the filling table has gone, and 1 dresser has gone,
I think that's the way to do it.
and a radio is gone, and a cat basket is gone, and 1 dresser is left. The china is left. So 1 car is loaded and leaving. Goodbye. Enjoy it. David Skosha was here with 2 petitions. Kayla and Jeff left for Poughkeepsie.
It did come out of our back seat. I mean, they gave me 5.
They gave me 5, yes, that's right.
It's lighter when you pick George.
Now, who was that who went into number 47B?
Okay.
Who was that?
This way? I'll just move your jacket. Put this wheel in the drawer.
Well, now once more, back to Sunday morning communion. The documentary is done, 2010 to 2017 year. And the big star of this week was the rhododendron. The rhododendron in magnificent pink. In magnificent pink. Intricate. Beautifully designed. Engineered. Successfully completed in its mission to make more rhododendron, to make beauty, to make joy, to make exaltation. The rhododendron in pink. Now there was a rhododendron earlier, but it was magenta. And the rhododendron is related to the mountain laurel, isn't it? Out in the woods, as you drive along in the country roads, you see the mountain laurel. So that's the star of the week. Rhododendron. Austin went back to college. No, Austin went back to Boston to try to find a job with his college degree in psychology research, clinical psychology research. All the substitutes they find for the solution. The solution is to love somebody. Love somebody and be loved. Well now, what did you do all week long? This is what you did all week long. No ego, no self. You just worked hard at keeping the universe going and growing. You just worked hard for the universe. You worked hard for others, making it better. That's what evolution is, making things better. And that's what you did all week. And no self, no ego. All effort and time to help the universe go and grow, to help others. We have a very, very good... Is that all we're going to say about that? Usually we talk 20 minutes about that. There's nothing more to say. No ego, no self. Just go to work for the universe, helping it grow and go, making it better. Our Bible passage is the Gospel of John, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And it's the 16th chapter, and it's the 23rd verse, where Jesus Christ says, and in that ye shall ask me nothing, verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it you. First of all, I don't ask the Father for anything. The Father knows what I need, and the Father has always given it. But underneath all this, you can see that whatever you deeply want in life, you will get. Now that's a very profound concept. It is telling you that what you want in life is the same thing that the universe wants in life. The whole universe wants it. What you want, the whole universe wants. And now, of course, we're discounting all the ego and all the selfishness. But what you want really down deep is the same thing that the universe wants. It's the same thing that all of us want together. Did I succeed in communicating that? In my own personal experience, anything that I've wanted in life, I've always got. And that's because I believe what I really wanted in life was the very same thing what the universe wanted in life, and the universe is going to get what it wants. Well, I hope I got it through. Maybe we can think about that some more, and maybe we can articulate it better. Communicate it one to another. Give it a try, please. Call me. All right, that's our Bible passage. Where was it? In the book of John. In what chapter? 16. And what verse? 23. A hymn. What is the soul? It is the God that is inside of you, and it is continuous with the God that's inside of us all. The God it's the God that's inside of all of us. The God that's inside of each of us. Unfortunately, each of us is a bad phrase because we're not each. We're one. We're a unified whole. Just the way you can't separate a piece of air from the next piece of air. There isn't any piece of air. It's a one. It's an agglomerate. It's a unified whole. It's a cohesion. the God that's inside of you have a difficulty with pronouns. You can't say you can't say me. But it's in the God that's inside of us is the God that's inside of everybody. And that is what the soul is. And what is the conscience? The conscience is the voice of the soul. How was your week? This is the week in review, like the New York Times. How was your week? And behind every successful man is a proud wife and a flabbergasted mother-in-law. And I saw a man in January with no coat and with his sleeves rolled up, and he said he believed in the Second Amendment, bear arms, the right to bear arms. And is it true that the Pope got the bird flu, that he got it from his cardinals? A man pulled the string on the parachute and it didn't open, and as a man is plummeting to the ground, a man is rising from the earth. And he called over and he says, "Hey, do you know anything about parachutes?" And the other man says, "No. Do you know anything about gas stoves?" Another man jumped out of the airplane and the parachute didn't open, and he said, "St. Francis, save me." And the deep voice from heaven said, "St. Francis of Assisi or St. Francis Xavier?" What do you get when you cross a brook and a stream? Wet feet. And why did the prince ask his daddy to go to kindergarten with him? Because the teacher said, "Bring a ruler to school." The ancient Greek said to the tailor, he held his pants up to the tailor and said, "Can you mend these?" And the tailor says, "You Euripides?" And the man took his doggie to the veterinarian, and the doggie says, "Well, I'm sorry, sir, your doggie is dead." And the man said he didn't believe it. So the veterinarian got his cat, and he put the cat on the table where the dog was, and the cat circled the dog, and the dog didn't make a motion. So the man says, "Well, I guess you're right, my doggie's dead. What do I owe you?" And the veterinarian says, $100 for the call and $200 for the CAT scan. Two peanuts were walking down the street, and they called the police. You know why? They were assaulted. The Apostle Paul says in the 4th chapter of Philippians, "I have found myself, in no matter what state I find myself to be content. I find myself to be content no matter what state I find myself." That includes the state of New York. And a man had a talking dog, and he took it to the booking agent down on Broadway to get some gigs. And the man says, "This dog talks. Listen, Rover, what is it that a house has over the top of it to keep the rain from coming in?" And Rover said, "Roof, roof." The booking agent says, "I don't want to hear this." "No, listen to this. Rover, Rover, what is it that a tree has in the bottom to keep it from falling over?" And Rover said, "Roof, roof." By this time the booking agent is pushing the dog and the man toward the door. And the man says, "No, no, Rover, who was the greatest baseball player of all time?" And the dog says, "Roof, roof." At this point the booking agent pushed the dog and the man out the door, locked the door, and as the man and the door are walking down the corridor, The dog looked up at the man and he says, I should have said DiMaggio. A man said that his town has the lowest death rate in the country. Really? Yes. Nobody wants to be caught dead there. A man is walking down the street with a darling Cocker Spaniel puppy in his arms. He meets his friend and he says, what do you think of this Cocker Spaniel puppy I got for my wife? And his friend said, that's not a bad trade. The lady said to the minister in the church, they were having a rummage sale, and she says, you see that little room over there? Yes. Well, I sold everything in that room. And the minister said, that's the cloakroom. The little boy ran into the house and he said, Grandma, Grandma, I dropped my lunch bag on the driveway and Dad backed the car over it. And Grandma said, that's Wheels on Wheels. That's Wheels on Meals. I backed the car over it. That's Wheels on Meals. And a man had a daughter, and he was worried about his fourth daughter getting married. Why? Well, my first daughter married a man from Singleton, New Hampshire, and they had one child. And my second daughter married a man from Twin Oaks, Missouri, and they had 2 children. My third daughter married a man from Three Rivers, Michigan, and they had 3 children. Why are you worried about your fourth daughter getting married? She's going with a fellow from the Thousand Islands. Shall I tell you the joke Wheels on Meals over? The woman is in the artist studio and she says to the artist, oh, I love your colors. I wish I could take some of them home with me. And the artist says, oh, you will, ma'am. You're sitting on my brushes. Why did the bunny rabbit ask to be changed into a goon within the next 24 hours? So he could be hare today and goon tomorrow? A woman says, I have the most delicious recipe for casserole. I simply mention it. And my husband says, let's eat out. In Buffalo, there's a park called Humboldt Park. Good German name. H-U-M-B-O-L-D-T. Humboldt Park. Mother, what did you learn in Sunday school today? Boy, I learned that Jesus sneaked through Humboldt Park. Mother, what did you teach the children in Sunday school this morning? Teacher, I taught the children that Jesus had a meek and humble heart. A little extra, Hollywood extra, got a speaking part in a movie. A little extra got a speaking part in a movie. The scene was the detective would say to the little Hollywood extra, did you see this woman drink this cup of coffee? And the little Hollywood extra was supposed to say, I did. He went home and he practiced all the different ways you could say, I did. I did. I did. I did. Comes time to shoot the scene, and the detective said to the Hollywood extra, did you see the woman drink the cup of coffee? And the little Hollywood extra said, did I? This group of women always met in this one woman's house, in the same room, one day, every month. And they came one night and they said, this room looks so much better. Do you have new draperies? No. Well, do you have a new carpet? No. You have new wallpaper? No. Well, what did you do to make this room look so much better? I took down the ironing board. There are so many labor-saving devices on the market today, you have to spend your life working to pay for them. Why do fish live in hot water? Why do fish live in salt water? Why do fish live in salt water? Pepper makes them sneeze. And how does a mathematician bawl out his children? If I've told you n times not to do that, I've told you n plus 1 times. Show and tell. What did you do all week? This time I heard your answer. No ego, no self, and you spent all week working for the universe, making it go and grow. I made a mess of Staten Island disclaimers. I had to do it over and over and over again. I know that I spent from 6 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon when Brenda and Terry came and brought me supper. And we had such a good time, and they left at 6:10, and I went back at it, and it went until 1 a.m. I did it all wrong, I did it backwards, and that's how long it took to do it right. That foolish disclaimer for which there is no statutory control, and which is patently against the law. Forbidden editorial control over public access TV. You could be sued for everything you own, Staten Island TV, but we let it go. And so now you have 4 programs, and the 10-second disclaimer is continuous with the program. And you could have done that, Staten Island. All you had to do was just make a dub of it, and the dub of that would have been continuous. You're missing the spirit of public access TV. 200 telephone calls. Barbara Mooney, through it all, having died, having been resuscitated, having come back, having lost the use of her hands, through it all, she's still on top. And she went to Syracuse this week from the nursing home. She's not in the nursing home. She went to Syracuse, home to her daughter, Wendy, in Syracuse. And Richard, who had congestive heart failure and has been in the nursing home for the past month and a half, Monday he goes. Monday it's over for him, and Tuesday he goes to with Barbara to be with her daughter in Syracuse. We ordered $125 worth of vegetarian meat from the Glendora Vegetarian Club and for .com Cat. And that will be delivered this Friday. And we ordered $117 worth for our friend Gloria, who is the Seventh-day Adventist. We have a problem not getting the best hot dog in the vegetarian hot dog there is. That's Leanie's. They're doing a really bad job of distributing and getting it out to the market and to the public. I don't know what the solution to that is. In the meantime, I think we can use Big Frank's. Leanie's, as good as it is, isn't vegetarian. It would be if they didn't use eggs. But the Big Frank's are vegan, and they are delicious. So There's 30 cans of that in the inventory, so I think maybe that might be the solution. Fry Pat's, which is the best vegetarian hamburger there is. It's not commercial. You have to get it through the Seventh-day Adventist Church or a health food store or something. Anyway, Fry Pat's is the best vegetarian hamburger there is. And we've got 10 boxes of that, 4 hamburgers in each box. So we will have enough for the Glendora Vegetarian Club on the last Wednesday of June. June the 28th, 6 o'clock at 45A Elm Street on the banks of the Valatia Kill. So we'll have that covered. And you can come if you want. It's a potluck, and bring a salad, but don't bring any animal products. If you're going to use mayonnaise, use vegan mayonnaise. You can get that at Hannaford's and other places. Vegan mayonnaise. Vegan-maise. The Advertiser published every Thursday of this month and several other months the announcement about the Glendora Vegetarian Club. A woman stopped me yesterday and said, I can't come to your club meeting, it's too far, but I am vegetarian and I enjoy your articles in the Advertiser. We try to make them informative, we try to make them important, and we try to make them influence people to do the right thing. And several people have taken them not as announcements, but as articles. And this is very good because there's certainly 2 sides in that newspaper. You know, pig roast, pork dinner, beef dinner. Doing those things to those poor dear animals, those poor dear sweet animals. What'd you say? That's the LG Android smartphone. I think he just said somebody saw a Facebook joke is what and commented on it. So we were saying that that paper has 2 sides and it makes the paper better. Anyway, they print a picture now, a photograph. And Mary Craig taught us that we don't have to have a photographer to take our pictures. We can do it ourselves on our phones and then have them enlarged at Walmart. And we got this Epson printer. I am so happy with that. That Epson printer over there, it costs $50. And it makes the most beautiful, on plain paper, portraits, if I'm not in them. Oh, we had a lot of rain, and the trees just love it. The trees are luxuriant. Oh, they're so happy. They're just so happy with that deep green leaves and so many leaves. But then we had 2 or 3 nice days of glorious sunshine, and I got all the work done Friday night. Did you know that? All of the work done. All of the cycle done. All of the duties. Everything that my conscience told me to do got done. And so that's alone and empty. And that's a P, a perfect. P for perfect. 100. There's a better score than an A. It's a P for perfect. And sat in the sun on the lounge chair for 2 hours. In thanks. I've been working on this decision to go to Hartford. I think it's come down to that. City Hall has been no help. The Hartford Library was no help. I have to find somebody in Hartford, just a resident of Hartford. I think there's like 180,000 of them, or a couple of 100,000 of them. Just one I need to sign my application to get the Chatwin Glendora back onto Hudson Public Access TV. That too is against the law. There's no statutory authority for that. You cannot make a public access producer do that. But we're going along with it. So I think we're going there Monday, if not Monday, some other day, They're having a producers meeting. I'd like to go on Monday. And I will go all around that building and I'll ask every producer. And I've got a stack of 10 applications. And I'll get these people to sign it and come over and look over, come home and look over the best of them and choose the best one and hand it in. I might even take Gil Martinez, the executive director, out for lunch, even though he's breaking the law. That's the decision on Hartford. I cooked rice or macaroni every day for the birds. It got a little out of hand, spending $60 a week for packages of dollar cookies and giving them 48 in the morning and 48 in the afternoon. That got a little out of hand as far as the finances went. So I cooked them rice. It is very tasty. And I cooked them macaroni, and that's tasty too. And they clean up the tray. Next morning the tray's all clean. Next afternoon when I go out with a new batch, the tray is all clean. Terry and Brenda Roy left me a huge salad. It's enough salad for 10 people, but I kept at it every day. And it was delicious, and you know, I add wishbone Italian dressing to it, and then I add Chatham Valley croutons. They taste like stuffing that you use at Thanksgiving time, and they're crispy and they give it a crunch, and that is really a very tasty, it's almost a meal. Start the day with that. .com came home Sunday night. .com, I don't know why you did such a dumb thing. Both doors were open. I was walking Austin in and we started to work, and all of a sudden I noticed things were very silent. She had gone out of both open doors. It was my fault. I was the last one in. I left the doors open. .com, why did you do that? I think I know why they do it. Their sanctuary has an opening in it. And they want to know if anything dangerous is out there coming into their sanctuary. They want to know if their sanctuary is still safe. So they go out and see. And then they can't handle it. They keep going and going instead of turning around and coming back. And so she was out for 12 hours. And thank you, Sabrina. And thank you, Eric, for finding .com in your garage and up near the dumpster and bringing her home in your arms. And they put her on the floor and she went under the bed. Cassidy moved out. She was 23 years old. She went to Hudson Valley Junior College and took electrician's work. 23 years old, making $1,000 a week. But she moved out and never told me and never said goodbye. But she did leave the apartment in very fine, clean condition. Morgan said there was a cat left in there. So he put food in and water, and I put food and water in, and I put a litter pan in, but I never did see the cat. So I think the cat was taken care of. And who took the wood? I was going to give the wood to Sandy, but somebody just took the wood. Who did it? Who took the wood? I signed a petition against having the Nassau police. A Nassau policeman was chasing a car. The car crashed and the driver was killed, a young boy. And then the police car hit another car and ruined a woman's life. She'll have to be in a nursing home all of her life. It was a lawsuit that cost her $1.9 million. The police are just trying to find reasons to collect money. It's one trivial ticket after another. It's obvious what they're doing. It's a racket. It's a fundraiser. That's what it's all about. Whether the village wants a police department or whether it doesn't, seems to be 50-50. They had a survey, and that's the way the survey seemed to come out. So I didn't sign the petition because I want to speak to the policeman who's involved in it, who caused all this. But I signed the petition not to have a police department and let the New York State Police take care of it. That's what we had in Kinderhook. They certainly were vigilant. They certainly knew how to raise money too. The village-wide yard sale was fascinating. I lived up the whole length of Elm Street. That would be about 17 houses. Not as many people exhibited and had things out for sale as in the years past. So I didn't see as many neighbors as I wanted to. That's my main reason for doing it, so I can meet my neighbors and talk to them. I went all the way down to Route 20, the federal route that goes from Boston to Oregon. Then I crossed the street. I saw Bob and Jean from Breezy Point, Queens, who were knocked out by the big hurricane and have rebuilt, up here visiting. And I saw Frank at the pizza place. And then I went down the other side of Elm Street, and it was amazing what the Mosserines had out for sale. I must have had 2,000 articles out there for sale on the sidewalk. And the Sunshine Fund gives money to needy people, loans it to them, and people never pay them back. And 2-3 other houses, and my friend Donna Ortgeese. And I made a video of it for you. And then my friend Sandy did very well. She sold a table and 4 chairs for $50. She sold a dresser for, forgot. She had 2 boxes of china she decided she didn't want to sell. She sold a cat bed. She sold a radio. She sold a kitchen cart, a little table. She uses it for a sewing cart. It's amazing, those sales, just to sit and watch them. My friend Gregory couldn't make it up from Poughkeepsie to sell his things. Okie dokie. Counted blessings and rejoice, 40 an hour, every waking hour, all week long. That's a joy. BronxNet, Bernardo said he will fix things up for me there. The program has been off of TV. For how long, I don't know. But I called him for 3 months, twice a week, and nobody would answer the phone. Nobody would return any calls. I never knew what was happening. We're hoping to repair that. And what is your show and tell? The weekend review. What is the soul? It is the God. It